Alright YouTube, welcome back to the channel for a brand new video. Today's video is not scripted, it's not gameplay related, it's not video related, it's more just me talking to you guys. And I want to discuss the recent changes on the channel and why I've decided to diversify my content and cover other games as well as Star Wars games. I don't really have anything pre-written or dot points or anything, so I'm just kind of going off the top of my head today. I wasn't planning on posting this video, like it wasn't scheduled. I just feel like it was something that I wanted to talk about with you guys because you have shown a ton of support over the last couple of years, and I really just want to elaborate on my decision behind switching up content and covering, yeah, like I said, more games. The first thing I want to say is obviously in regards to everyone that has subscribed over the years and, supported me along the way, tuned into streams. I appreciate you guys so much. Like, you are my absolute favorite people ever. None of this would be possible without you guys if you hadn't subscribed to the channel in the first place. Even if you had liked a video, watched a video, and not subscribed, like, I appreciate you guys too. But the subscribers and the notification squad and channel members and everyone that watches the videos day in day out and supports me are really the key part of this channel doing well and why I've been able to do so well for so long. With that said, obviously the end of Battlefront 2 was very sudden. It was very unexpected, and it was something that kind of hit me pretty hard. And you guys would have seen the video I posted after we found out the Battle 2's support was ending. I got very emotional. It's not a good look for me for starters, but I think partly the reason I got a lot more emotional than I was expecting to get was, that game meant so much to me over the years because that's how I met all of you guys. That's how you guys found my channel. That's how I built my reputation in the Battlefront community, and that's how I kind of got supported from all of you guys. So it's something I wanted to cover for a long time, and I wish that it kept getting supported and that it kept getting content. But there comes time when a game will not receive further content. It's very rare these days that a game will get supported more than 2 to 3 years, especially a game that had a launch like Battlefront 2. It had a terrible launch. We're not going to call it anything short of that. The microtransactions, all of that, the level up system and the progression was atrocious. Despite what some people had tried to give feedback, it still launched with a very rough progression system. And as far as turning it around, they did absolutely everything they could. They went above and beyond, and I think they really hit it out of the park with the changes that they made to the progression system and how much better they made the game over the years, including the Clone Wars content and the Rogue One content and everything else that we got. I think they did an absolutely amazing job over at DICE. They should have high praise for the place they brought the game from and where they left it when the game ended. So I want to say thank you to everyone over there that worked on the game and helped bring it to a point where we could get support for a couple of years, as opposed to the game dying after 6 months because of what happened with the initial launch and the microtransactions. So I am really appreciative that I did get to cover Battlefront 2 for a couple of years, but like I said, the support for that game has now ended. I am still going to be covering Battlefront 2. I'm still going to have, some tips and tricks videos, some other guides, some discussion videos on it, and you guys are going to be helping me with that. I want you guys to comment down below as well some of the topics you want covered in regards to Battlefront 2, whether that be possibilities if there's ever going to be a Battlefront 3, what my thoughts are on that. I'm going to do a whole new updated best star cards for the heroes. I'm going to do a few other discussions and topics that I think would be really interesting for you guys to watch. But in saying that, I am going to be covering a bunch of other games as well. Probably not too many. I think there's less than a handful that I do want to be looking into in the future. But the thing is, I know that Battlefront 2 is not going to help me grow from here. That's the main point that I'm trying to get across. Like, yes, the people that are subscribed to me already and have been subscribed to me will still watch the Battlefront 2 content and they'll come back for that. But right now, Battlefront 2 is not going to help me grow my channel further. And something I'm trying to do now is take YouTube full time. And that's a goal that I have for myself, is to turn it into an actual career and have it out earn my actual day job. So for those of you guys that don't know, I do actually work 40 hours a week at another job, and recently I had a job with the same company I'm still with now that I absolutely loved. I was more than happy to go to work 40 hours a week. I loved my team. I loved my store. I loved the products I sold. And unfortunately, due to unforeseen reasons, that store had to close down. I was lucky enough to transfer to another store, but my whole team was split to different stores and sent to different areas where there were only a few positions available in similar stores. And I unfortunately didn't get to go to a store where any of the rest of my team went to, which was a very hard blow because obviously being in management, you tend to be a leader. You're like a big brother figure for a lot of people, and it was really hard for me to be sent away from the stuff that I had at my old store. But the new store is great. I do really enjoy it and I like the people there. But again, YouTube is something I've always wanted to take full time. So that's kind of what I'm looking at going into the future, is the possibility and the chance that I can make this a real career and a real thing. So how do I do that? I don't think it's covering Battlefront 2. Um, I don't think it's covering Squadrons. Obviously, like we know, Squadrons is not going to get any post-launch content. So what we get on day one of Squadrons is what we get for the entirety of its lifespan. Now, potentially, could they add more stuff in the future? Maybe, if it does really well, who knows? But right now, as of what we know, Squadrons is not going to get anything after the launch of the game. So I'm going to be able to have the campaign playthrough. I'm going to have like component tips, what you can use for builds on starfighters, things like that. All those kind of videos, guides, tips, those kind of things that I've been covering sort of on Battlefront already. Same style of videos. But again, the longevity of Squadrons is not going to be anything near what Battlefront was. You know, Battlefront I was able to cover for 2.5 to 3 years. Squadrons, I feel like maybe 6 months. And after that, then we're looking again and we're trying to rebrand and find something again. So for those of you guys that have been following me on Twitch, I have been playing an absolute ton of Warzone, just starting to get good at the game, and I feel like I'm really enjoying playing that. So you guys will see some videos of that go up here and there. Obviously, I covered the brand new Harry Potter game that was announced on next gen console and PC coming next year. That I'm ridiculously excited for. So you guys will definitely see some discussion videos about that game, sporadically over the next, 6 to 12 months until we find out when the release date for that game actually is. And then I'll cover it once it launches. But that video actually really banged. Like, it popped off more than I was expecting it to. I wasn't expecting it to get, over 30,000 views and over 1,000 likes on it. Like, it just absolutely crushed it. So thank you to anyone that looked at that and commented on that, because what happens in the first 30 minutes of a video can ultimately determine whether or not it does well in the algorithm. And clearly, you guys that saw it from the notification squad and anyone that watched the video very early on and dropped a like and a comment, you guys helped boost that up to the top of the recommended feed, where I was ranking third in the recommended feed underneath 2 actual official trailer channels that had millions of subscribers. So I was very highly ranked thanks to you guys dropping comments and leaving likes on the videos early. So that's a little bit of insight onto how a video works with ranking. So I appreciate you guys doing that. Like I said, Warzone, potentially Cold War when it releases is something else I will cover. Cyberpunk, and then a few of the PS5 titles, Miles Morales I definitely want to cover, and a couple of other bits and pieces as we go along the way. So pretty much how I want to go about it going forward, with games like Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad and things like that, they're all going to be games that I want to cover and I want to play through, and I want to, play that and experience that with you guys. So, I want you guys to expect more games on the channel other than just Star Wars. Again, we may get more games in the future. Fallen Order 2 is always a possibility. Battlefront 3, who knows? We may get one day, and I would be super stoked to do that. I think I said to someone the other day, if we got a Battlefront 3 announcement at any point, I would leave my job straight away, just on an announcement. Because I know the job that the team did with Battlefront 2, if they were to launch a Battlefront 3 having learnt from everything they learnt from that game and how to handle it, I could safely say, knowing what I know now about YouTube and how it works, I think I could go full-time off of Battlefront 3 alone. But for now, we don't have an announcement. We definitely have anything that resembles an announcement like that or any sort of hint at anything. So if that does ever happen, maybe I could potentially look at leaving my job and covering that full time. But for right now, I need to try and grow my audience through other games. And I think the first bit of growth has spurted from this Harry Potter video, as well as a couple of other videos that are still frequently rolling out views. But I definitely want to start covering other games and trying to grow my audience outside of Star Wars. So for those of you guys that haven't already, I am on Twitch every single night. I'm trying to grow that as well. I'm trying to build that audience. You know, my viewer retention is starting to go up. It's starting to get higher, and I'm really enjoying streaming over there. Someone commented the other day saying I look so much happier playing other games than I do playing Battlefront 2. I think that just comes down to a little bit of burnout with Battlefront, you know, playing it every day for 3 or 4 hours for, you know, 2.5 to 3 years. You tend to get a little bit tired of the game and a little bit frustrated in that scenario. So I definitely am really enjoying streaming on Twitch, so I would appreciate if some of you guys could come and check that out. If you don't, that's fine. You know, that's just one less thing that you guys can see content from me for. So I would appreciate if you guys do want more content, you check me out over there. But if not, it's all good as well. Like, I don't mind. I have a really cool community that does follow me over there, and a lot of people that help out with watching the streams. So it's just another option for you guys if you want more streams. But with that said, I don't think there's too much else I really wanted to cover. Those were the main bulk points, just to expect more content. You know, I hope you guys really want to support me as a creator and as a content maker and a streamer, that I do want to take this full time and I do take this seriously, but there is only so much I can do throughout the day when I work 40 hours a week. So I would love to transition away from working the regular day job to making YouTube my full-time career. So if you guys could help me do that, that would be absolutely amazing. And, you know, who knows what the next 12 months will hold. It may hold a ton of growth and a ton of exposure to new people, and we may be able to actually do this thing and, you know, make my dream come true of being able to leave my job and become a content creator full-time. So that's just my hopes. I wanted to keep you guys filled in the loop and what my expectations are coming forward. But I hope you guys agree with my move to cover new games and cover different things. I hope, you know, you guys don't go anywhere, because I do appreciate all of you. But if you do, I understand, you know, you guys followed me originally for Star Wars content, and you may not be getting that as frequently as you like going forward. It still will be in the rotation, but it won't be every single day like it used to. So you guys have been amazing, and I love you all, and I'll see you guys very soon. I hope you all have an amazing day and an amazing week, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for tuning into this video. I know it was different, but I appreciate all of you, and may the force be with you always.
The Sith are all powerful. You are no match for me.